We're going to unpack the unbroken chain of consequences that lead from the devastating trenches of World War I all the way to the horrifying fall of the Nazi regime. It's really a story about how historical dominoes fall, right? And how easily a society can be completely transformed under the right or, well, rather, the wrong pressures.
Here's how we're going to break it down. We'll start with the spark of World War I, look at the collapse of the Weimar Republic, Hitler's rise, Nazi ideology, and finally, the Holocaust and the regime's eventual fall. Let's get right into it.
How does a modern democracy just willingly hand over absolute power to a dictator? It's a chilling question, isn't it? But it's the one anchoring our explainer today. It's a mystery we'll solve by looking at a perfect storm of economic ruin, a deeply humiliated population, and highly exploited nationalism. Because we have to understand, this didn't just happen overnight. It was a deliberate, calculated dismantling of a system from the inside out.
All right, Section 1, the spark of World War I.
So late 19th century Europe was literally a powder keg of competing empires, all driven by heavy militarism and these really rigid alliances. And the single match that lit the whole thing? The assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in June 1914. Almost instantly, the dominoes started falling. Austria blamed Serbia, Russia stepped in to help, Germany declared war on Russia and France, and then as Germany invaded Belgium, Britain declared war on Germany. In just a matter of days, the entire continent plunged headfirst into war. To really grasp the trauma this left behind, we have to understand the unprecedented brutality of this conflict. Millions of soldiers fought from deep, defensive trenches, facing horrific conditions. We're talking endless mud, disease, rats, and a severe lack of food. Plus, they were up against lethal new technologies. Things like poison gas, submarines, machine guns, and tanks made this war exceptionally deadly. By the time Germany finally surrendered on November 11, 1918, around 20 million people were dead globally, and these massive, centuries-old empires had totally collapsed. Then came the peace agreement, the 1919 Treaty of Versailles, and it carried a crushing weight. Germany was forced to accept full 100% responsibility for the war. They lost massive amounts of territory, including Alsace-Lorraine and all their overseas colonies. Their proud military slashed to just 100,000 soldiers, and they weren't even allowed an air force or submarines. On top of that, they were strapped with massive economic reparations to the Allied countries. So as you can imagine, this left the German people feeling deeply humiliated, angry, and financially paralyzed. Which brings us to Section 2, the Weimar Republic's collapse. In 1919, a brand new democratic government formed, known as the Weimar Republic, but they inherited a completely broken, heavily indebted nation. From day one, they faced an uphill battle against violent uprisings and incredibly weak political coalitions. And to pay off those massive war reparations,